guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Beatrice Ajayi. I'm an artist based in Glasgow in Scotland, and here on my YouTube channel I love to share my art process as I work away in my studio, and also I like to share a range of narratives that I like to work on in my artwork. I also want to say thank you to my subscribers. You guys are awesome. You've really been supporting me, and I've really been enjoying the time, discussing things with you here on my channel. So thank you so much for engaging and interacting, asking me questions that really prompt my mind to think in all sorts of different ways about what it is that I create. So thank you so much. And I thought I should mention, or at least I should show some of the subscribers just here on the channel. So I've got that little reel running there. But also I'd like to welcome you if it's your first time to the channel. I really appreciate you being here, and yeah, I just think that it's great that you're here and sharing in this journey that we have here. So thank you to the subscribers, thank you and welcome. So I am going to be leaving some of the information about my website and different details as we go along here on my video. I also will be putting a link for you guys so that you can see other videos here on my channel that I have. I've not really been promoting this channel as well as I could do, and I'm trying to get into the habit of being a bit more organized and specific in how I approach things. I'm really trying, but this week has been one of those weeks where I've tried to organize myself in different ways, and it has been quite challenging. I was trying to edit a video today that I'm hoping to release in some weeks, and I recorded the main video with my phone as I usually do from the overhead, like this one you're seeing in front of you, and then I tried to do like a talking head, I think that's what it's called, with my camcorder. So I wanted that facing me and recording from the top as well. So it basically have essentially have two videos that I'd have to come and merge together. But in order to get the information from my camcorder, I usually have to link it to my computer, my desk computer, and I'm still trying to get used to how I use the files on my computer. So it has been challenging again, and what's happened is that I haven't used it for a while, so I've completely forgotten everything I've learned previously on how to actually make my videos. So I'm having to try and do that all over again. I spent a lot of time working on a piece, and I've seen that it's not going to work. I'm currently trying to record this voiceover for this video, and I'm where I usually record in my kitchen, and I've noticed that the dishwasher is on. So I'm having to kind of chop and change how I record this in between some of the gurgling noises that come out of the dishwasher. I mean, how hard can it be to engage in organizing ourselves to record things or to prepare things for the channel? It's such a challenge, and I'm trying not to laugh my face off, to be honest, because I've been thinking about this a lot recently. It's like this whole thing of trying to be organized, trying to be efficient, trying to focus on how our business can progress, how we can adapt and engage with you guys here on the channel, and also just to be productive. Like, I think about the reasons why I create my artwork all the time, and sometimes you can lose your way because there's so many challenges involved. So anytime I'm getting to a point like this where it's really hard to focus, concentrate, to understand what I'm doing because of the challenges that are there that are stopping me from achieving what I want to achieve, I have to take a step back and get back into the artwork. I have to dive back into the artwork. It's like I have to remind myself of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I need to remind myself of my love for artwork. And then once I've done that, I get the joy from that, from that replenishment. And then I'm able to get back into trying to share that with people. So it's this thing about trying to fill your reserve, trying to fill your own tank, and then you'll be able to go down the journey with others. So that's been a challenge for me this last week, trying to look at how I can share with you guys here. But I'm still going to push through that and still have that whole talking head aspect. In fact, this week I might end up releasing as a snapshot some other talking head videos that I created for another channel of mine here on YouTube, but I'm going to transfer those videos over so that I can play them through the week for you guys to get an idea of where it is I'm trying to go. Those were some videos I did some time ago on my other channel, and I'm going to share them with you, so they will obviously reference things in a slightly different way because I had a different name for that channel and different specifics like that, but essentially the whole process of creating artwork will be what they are about. So I might do a little introduction before I play those videos as well, but I'm encouraged to do that this week because I have tried to do so many different things that haven't necessarily worked, and I'm done. I'm just done with striving and having difficulties in being creative, and I already have some resources I've already done, so I'm going to repurpose them. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share what I shared with other folks on my other channel. I'm going to share them on this channel. I should probably backtrack on that conversation a little bit to say that I have quite a few YouTube channels that I was trying to separate my different interests onto. Like I have one for my writing that I wanted to be able to focus on my writing novels and going through my different books. And I have all sorts of different ones. I wanted to do one with a podcast, and I realized very quickly that I don't have enough time in my life to do all those things separately. But what I could do is adapt those conversations for this specific channel somehow, introduce them somehow, and be able to reuse the footage from those pieces that I did on those other channels. And maybe in the future, if I have a bit more success in sharing my artwork with more and more people, and then you build a team and the rest of it, I'll be able to have people to delegate all those discussions to and ideas to. But for now, I want to be able to focus on this one channel because I got a reminder, it was a couple of months ago, that this channel I'm on, I have been on it for 10 years. 10 years. And on one hand, I was very upset about that because I didn't feel like I'd reached where I could have reached within that 10 years. But on the other hand, I was so full of joy because it's a lasting journey and I've learned a lot and I'm still learning. But the other side is to tell people that YouTube has changed so much. The YouTube we see today is not the one that existed when I first started using YouTube. So you can do your own research and go back 10 years and see how that is. But I joined it and I didn't really understand the tool that I had. I didn't understand the capacity I had for sharing with others in my creative journey. And I didn't have, for example, like YouTube Shorts. There wasn't like very clear parameters, I felt, when I started using YouTube. And I'm still discovering myself, still discovering what I loved. But YouTube was amazing for me because I was watching so many other people enjoy themselves creatively. And I learned other things as well outside of, artwork. I learned a lot of practical things you could do around the home for myself. I was a young mom as well. So there was a lot of useful things that I have gotten from YouTube. And that's why I enjoy being in this space, because it helped me to learn so many things from different people around the world. And I encourage you to look into that, to see what you could share with others as well. And it's not always a clear line as to what we're sharing with people. Sometimes it can be like, we can think that we have to have some very, very specific life-changing idea before we can share with people. But I think sometimes conversations can bring out can remind us of things that we could be discussing with each other. So it's good to experiment, explore, share your interests with people. But yeah, it's been a challenging week for me, and I really wanted to record some other things. I'm going to keep pushing into that anyway. That's just for me to deal with. But I really enjoyed the process of painting this girl, this character. There's many different ways I could have done her hair. And I don't know if you know, I was using acrylic paint here. That is my favorite actual medium. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, for listening to me discuss this. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, bye for now.